That's what we come here for. That's gonna be on the thumbnail. I don't got time to fuck. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, all that stuff. My girl sends me Chick Toks because she's always on the damn thing. Now, sometimes they're good. Other times, they're absolute dog.
When I first met my boyfriend, he looked like this. Then he met me, and I cook like this. Now he looks like this.
Dude, I have been telling you guys this. I've been telling you this for years. Chicks are evil. Evil. Women are evil. Okay, they all do this. They all do this. And it's like got a weird, like the girl brain goes through there. I'll walk you through the process. So a girl finds a guy. He's like super hot. He's great. He's good looking. Whatever. Cholo. I think cholo's the good thing, isn't it? Or is it like a racist slur? Maybe not. Don't go with that. Just call him dude. Anyways. So like you get the guy. He's super hot. And then the first thing the girl thinks is like, fuck. Other girls are totally going to sleep with him. They may, but she believes that. And then she starts getting stressed. She's like, he's going to sleep with another man. Another sleep with a woman. He's going to sleep with another woman. So what does she do? And she also loves him though. And she feels really good. So she's like, I got the solution. I am going to bake churros every day because I love him so much. And if it just so happens to make him unfuckable to the other sex, then so much the better. And then the more she fattens him up, and of course he's like, oh, dude, my woman loves me. And look at all this great stuff she did. Why wouldn't I eat the churros? She made me churros. She made me avocado toast. I would have to be rude. She's the woman I love. Why wouldn't I let her fatten me up? And then he's like, hey, I only got eyes for you, baby, because none of the girls want this. And then she's happy, and she's happy, and he's happy, and they're eating churros again. And then all of a sudden one day she's like, I'm not really, I got a headache tonight, honey. I don't want to. And then you realize it's like, that's motherfucker. She's tricked me. They do this. It's a mate retention strategy. And you're going to notice that, let's say you're that guy, and then you look in the mirror one day and it's like, Jesus, I had too many churros. I feel like a fat tub of shit. So you go to the gym, you start cutting weight, you start eating protein shakes all day, or drinking protein shakes all day, or eating them. I don't know. Do what you do. And then the girl's looking at you. She's like, oh, that's great. He's going to get into shape. He's going to look real hot. And then that little fucking goblin comes back up. It's like, hey, just so you know, he's going to do your sister when you're not looking. And she's like, oh, fuck. And so they'll start sabotaging your diet. Or when you want to go to the gym, all of a sudden they get really clingy and want to cuddle all day and all this weird sabotaging shit. And I'm here to tell you fellas, just like gloss over it. Like put a little bit of hate in your heart for that woman. It's like, dude, you and your churros are the devil. Get away from me, devil woman, and you go do your thing. You know when those guys on the YouTube tell you like, hey, you got to work out for you, sir? They're right, because if you work out for her, she's going to give you churros. And churros. I don't know. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. It's tricky. You don't like it. You'll find out. You'll handle it. But yeah, the gym, I just told you with Churro Boy, if you aren't going for yourself, she's just going to fatten you up anyway. If anything, it's probably, actually, no, which one would be worse? I should almost do a poll on this. What would you rather have, your girl fatten you up with churros or your girl sucking dick in the parking lot? Nah, you know what? I like churros. Forget I already know the way that poll's going to go. Yeah. But anyways, good guy. Oh, fuck. I have watched that one 15 times, and it gets funnier every time I watch it. There is why. That is why my girl and I, we tried it before. We can't do renos together. We can't, because, like, granted, this doesn't happen because she's not an idiot, but but like the fights will always start for nothing and then calmly walk away as our thing. Like you can tell shit's about to pop off and one of us goes to pick up like Subway sandwiches. You're like, they need a minute. Oh, dude. They're sitting there. He's trying to give her directions and she's worried about being a nice person. That's technically solipsism, by the way. Solipsism, where girls always think about like, how does this make me look? How's this process through me? So if the guy's giving clear, direct orders like, hey, move this, move that, she's thinking, he thinks I'm an idiot. He's talking to me like I'm a bad person. And then they completely forget they're holding gravity up with a cement block. And I was just like, oh, man. Oh, I actually feel that in my fingers. I really do. I feel so bad for that guy because it's like that instant urge just to like headbutt the fuck out of your wife. Like, don't do it. Walk away calmly, sure. But that scream, they're going to steal that. That's going to be the new Wilhelm scream. I swear to God. I swear to God. There is no way you've never lived with a girl and not known this. Actually, a lot of guys don't know this. I actually have to tell guys about this. I'm like, dude, oh, my girlfriend she's horrible. She's moody. And one day she just came home, started yelling. And they always think like when she's talking, then I got to listen to the words and then respond to the words because good communication. That's what Dr. Oz or Dr. Phil or Andrew Tate told me to do. So that's what I need to do. And then I do it and she hates me. I don't get it. And then they don't realize it's like, dude, here's the thing. Take a deep breath. Count to 30. I'm like, what do you mean count to 30? I'm like, start with like the day that she gets her period. Make that 1. Count to 30. Okay. Now, when she picks a fight with you or yells at you or whatever, like, remember that number. All right, so is it like 14? And everybody's like, oh, it's the estrus cycle thing. You're like, yeah, but look, here's the thing that everybody gets wrong is that they think all girls are like bitchy on day 3, sexual on day 10, and whatever on day. It's not like that. Every girl is different, but every girl is consistently different. So like if you find she's always bitching you out on day 7, then you can plan for that. So when day 6 comes by and you're like, oh, doing your thing, and she comes in, it's like, hey, bitch. And you're like, oh, check your clock. It's day 7. This ain't about me. You can even mention that. She's like, hey, you're an asshole, blah, blah, blah. You're like, it's day 7, babe. Relax. You think it's about this? No, it's serious. And then the more she complains, the more she laughs because it's like, now don't make this into a spreadsheet and show it to her. It's like mental napkin math. Just keep it in your head and realize that. And then during those days, you're like, all right, I'm going to plan my fishing trips for day 7. What do you mean? You're going to go out with your friends? I want to sit here and yell at you, feel better about myself. You're just like, eat the churros and we'll be fine. Yeah, so there. I just saved relationships. Once you realize, dude, superpower. Absolute superpower. Once you figure this out and you realize how much hormones affect our mental state and our physical behavior, you're going to have this superpower where all those fights you had, 80% of them are just some dumb shit because she feels like having the fight. And that's when you realize when girls talk about my truth, you understand what they mean. It's like, oh, I get it. Basically, you're on your period, you're PMSing. And they'll get mad, but they're not wrong. But you're not wrong. They're just mad at you for being an asshole. But they're going to get revenge.
It's been 2 years since the last time I kissed this guy, so I'm going to kiss him again in honor of Halloween and people pretending to be people that they are not. Okay, you can leave my room now. You can leave my room now. Love you, concrete.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, all right, look. I get it. This is most likely a skit, and they played it up for the cameras. It's kind of not the point, though. The fact is, oh, the baby's his. I guarantee the baby's his. I'll walk you through this. Even if they are happy, and this is just an act, they know there is enough people in the audience that are fans of this stuff that it resonates so hard with the way a lot of moms are feeling. This is that like mommy shit. You remember that comic that was floating around a while back where it was like the dad ate the peach, and then the mom just bitched about it in the comic. It was big on Twitter for like 5 minutes. It's like, you get those girls, and they're partying it up in their 20s, they're loving it. Oh, it's sex and Tinder, and I can't believe this is great. 27, 28 comes, the wall's approaching, the baby rabies is hitting, and they're like, fuck, I need a man really bad because I want a family. And so they find like the first man that's available, who's usually like the really good dad, you know, the one who stepped up, not the stepdad. They get horny because they want a baby right away, and the dad's like, this is great, this is the greatest sex of my life, because it technically is. Then she gets pregnant, and because it was a dude she didn't like, having sex with a guy she wasn't attracted to, she was just hooked on the baby raby hormones. All the attraction goes back to where she was when she was 23, and he was the guy that she would cry about. Oh my God, he left me after the Tinder date. I'm so glad you're such a good friend. That's the dad now. And then they basically lose all interest in the guy. And it sucks for the guy because he thought, I was a Chad now. I did all the right things. I did the chores. I got the job. I was a good dad. I went to church. And the preacher said I just have to talk about my feelings and ask for more sex, and nothing happened. It's because she doesn't love you, bro. And that kid will sleep in the bed, in the middle, the family bed. There's a reason that dads call their kids cock blockers. It's for that exact reason. And it's like, dude. And they walk into it, and it really is. Like, you can tell people, like, here, girls, don't get together with the guy you're not in love with or you're not desiring. And that's fine and well to say. But when a chick's 28, she's not fucking hearing that. She's like, no, I want this guy because he's there and he's now, and I want one now. And the guy, you were like, hey, have some game, learn what you're doing, wait till you're over your 30s to even try to settle down, look for genuine desire. And the guy would be like, shut up, I got Jesus on my side, I don't need your red pill nonsense. And then they get together and they make this horrible life, and this kid gets woken up. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm assuming it's a boy because the blanket was sort of blue. And he's like, well, I guess this is what families are like. And then he grows up to be just as bad a simp as dad. And then he goes online and he starts hating women. You know, makes himself I'm going to make my guy call him wheat waffles, and I'm going to bitch about women online. I'm going to make Chick Toks. Oh, fuck. That's how the cycle perpetuates. All because of shit like this. So that's an awful large statement to make from 30 or 20-second TikTok, isn't it, right? Yeah, it is, but I'm not wrong. Not wrong. Not like these other stupid fucking alpha male podcasters.
The sole purpose of this video is to remind you that I have really nice boobs.
Dude, this is like the least production quality recording I think I've ever done.